going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and today we're going to be talking about the official confirmation of zombies in Modern Warfare 3, some insanely important updates for the future, plus even more. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and also as a reminder, we got plenty of brand new articles going up over on dkdynamite.com and lots of tweets going up over on Detonated's Twitter. Detonated is a brand new outlet I founded to continue covering Call of Duty just in the form of journalism, as you guys will see linked down below in this video's description. But on screen, we have some concept footage of what Modern Warfare 3 zombies may look like inside of the upcoming Call of Duty release. I'll have credit to the original poster of this concept down below in the description as well. But as of earlier this morning, the unknown caller did go ahead and officially confirm that every map inside of Modern Warfare 3, at least at launch, will be a remastered one. Over 16 maps from MW2 2009 will be available on November 10th inside of multiplayer. I've touched on that topic already in previous videos, but I'll touch more about it again in a separate one at some point later. Now, with that though, people out there were texting unknown caller the word zombies, and what do you know? The unknown caller replied with this sound file. So there you have it, zombies is indeed confirmed for MW3. Now if you guys are like, wait DK, will this be another Vanguard even if Treyarch is working on it? And here's the thing, right? I don't think this project for MW3 zombies is the same as what happened with Vanguard zombies. Now, I'm not a dev, I'm not an insider, I'm not sure exactly what happened with the development cycle of Vanguard or how late Treyarch was added to the project to work on that zombies, but I believe we can all come to the conclusion based on evidence that that was Treyarch's first time working with the Modern Warfare engine. So to put them on a project that wasn't even theirs again, but to ask them to use a different engine and then to have a limited amount of time to work on zombies for that new engine, I think that's a much different project from what's going on here with MW3, which is Treyarch working with an engine that they have previously worked with. Now they have assets that they've worked on the MW engine with, and asking them to do, let's say, Outbreak instead of round-based might be a much different task, especially when they likely didn't have to make the Outbreak environment. The Outbreak map may be something that was already worked on for the Warzone 2 integration for MW3, or another environment that already exists in the Modern Warfare ecosystem. But as of a couple of days ago, the usual leakers somehow got access to a bunch of early details about Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer. They dumped it all over Twitter. I talked about it in a separate video, but they also went ahead and claimed that yes, zombies is indeed in Modern Warfare 3. It is a new iteration of Outbreak and is being developed by Treyarch. So at least that's a breath of fresh air that Treyarch's working on it, and maybe there is a possibility that at some point Outbreak and round-based were planned for Black Ops 2024. Maybe they were a little bit more ahead of schedule with Outbreak, and Activision was like, hey, whichever mode they're more ahead with right now, let's pull that forward, make that the zombies mode in Modern Warfare 3. It's likely going to be on disc, maybe not free to play through Warzone like DMZ is, and then they'll save the other mode that they're working on for their actual new premium COD launch 2024, which is likely to be round-based zombies. And I'm totally cool waiting for round-based, give them extra time in the kitchen to cook up a new iteration of round-based and just a banger revitalization of zombies as we know it. But if Outbreak's ready to go and you can combine the formula of Outbreak 1 with what's been established with DMZ, let's go for it. But then we can speculate, right? What's the map gonna be for Outbreak instead of MW3? That's a great question too. Now, if it's Verdansk, I'll take it. If it's Las Almas, the rumored Warzone map for MW3, I'll also take that. I mean, whatever the case is, the environment's likely gonna be a lot more zombified than the Outbreak regions were inside of Black Ops Cold War. That's my prediction right now. The only problem with doing Verdansk though, and I'm sure you guys might agree with this, is that if you do Verdansk in campaign flashbacks, in Outbreak zombies, you're gonna have a lot of people in the Warzone community absolutely just devastated and crying all year long, asking for Verdansk to be added back into Battle Royale. Now, if you add Verdansk back into all modes, then sure, that's great, but I just think it sets up a similar problem to what we saw back during Black Ops 4, where if you have something like the entirety of Buried inside of Blackout, you're gonna have a lot of folks curious about when that environment's going to be added to the mode that originally comes from, which in this case it would be zombies if it was for Buried. So let's wait and see what map they end up going with. Now, something I also tweeted out a couple days ago is in regards to PvE versus PvP inside the new iteration of Outbreak. What makes the most sense? Now, in all honesty, I think PvP really spices up DMZ, but not when you have platoons that are going through lobbies and ruining things for others. Hey, you're going to expect PvP, you're going to expect sweats, but it's unfortunate when you're going in to do faction missions or other objectives objectives, and you have a platoon that just rolls up on you, and you have nothing you could possibly do to defend yourself against that. So that's something that could be problematic if PvP is inside of the new iteration of Outbreak, right? You're trying to go in and do a main Easter egg, or do some side quests, or just level up some weapons, and you have real players going after you. That could be an issue. But maybe they could do separate playlists where you have just a PvE version of Outbreak 2 that's like what we're used to from Outbreak 1, with, you know, the DMZ formula also blended in with that. But then you have a separate playlist, which is going to be the new version of Grief, where you have PvP on that space. I think that would be pretty interesting, but maybe having two separate versions of Outbreak, one with real players and one without, that would be something that I think the Zombies community would be very happy with. But if you guys are wondering, when will the new Zombies actually be revealed? When are we going to be seeing a trailer, some possible gameplay? Well, there's always the possibility that with the multiplayer reveal trailer of Modern Warfare 3, you get a glimpse of zombies at the end. I think the actual main reveal trailer, which we're getting tomorrow inside of Shadow Siege, that'll probably tease a hint of multiplayer at the end, if I had to guess. We've had other major Call of Duty reveal trailers in the past give us a glimpse or two of multiplayer, or at least confirmation of when we're going to be seeing more about multiplayer, and then from there, they'll end up revealing zombies at some point after the multiplayer reveal. That's likely what's going to happen here. So tomorrow we have the main reveal of Modern Warfare 3, and they could talk about zombies a little bit, you never know. But then we have the multiplayer reveal likely in September, like we usually get, and then we'll probably get zombies info right after that. But something really interesting that nobody's really talked about yet is the fact that the Warzone Mobile leakers out there have confirmed that apparently a zombies mode is indeed coming to Warzone Mobile at some point in the future. Now, I'll make a separate video talking more about mobile in the next couple of days or weeks, because this is crazy, right? Essentially turning Warzone Mobile into more than just a Warzone Mobile experience, but a new iteration of COD Mobile. Is that evidence that actual COD Mobile, that obviously was made by Tencent, is that going to be phased out once the Microsoft deal closes? That's something that Microsoft themselves had claimed in a court document not too long ago. If they're going to be adding not just a small multiplayer, but also a zombies, I could definitely see Warzone Mobile phasing out COD Mobile. That's nuts. But with that in mind, right, if Warzone Mobile is getting a zombies mode, is it ever possible to get some type of cross-play between mobile and then consoles and PC? If we end up getting Verdansk back on consoles and PC, will there be some type of cross-play with mobile, considering all the same weapons are going to be usable across all three platforms, essentially? But then we have leaker Alex on Twitter, who went ahead and said that the leaked Halloween event with Ghost actually wasn't for Modern Warfare 2, but it's for Warzone Mobile. And I'm like, oh, that's another curveball here that nobody out there could have expected, right? We talked about this in a previous video. Apparently a Halloween event was found for MW2, a haunting of Mazrah and a haunting of Vondel, but then there was information about Ghost, and apparently that's for Warzone Mobile. And I know it gets confusing when leakers out there misinterpret what's for what game, because a lot of the code looks the same according to them. So maybe what's happening here is that whatever was found about a haunting of Mazrah, a haunting of Vondel, that is real, and that'll be coming with Season 6, but the information about Ghost is likely going to be just for something we end up seeing in Warzone Mobile. If that game does come out, let's say earlier than November 10th, which I think it should and probably will if there's a Halloween event of some sort planned for that game could celebrate Halloween in a different aspect, whereas Modern Warfare 2 does something a bit different. And that's what I was going to end this video off with. With that information alone, I still think it's a perfect opportunity to reveal zombies through some type of Halloween event and some type of mini Outbreak mode inside of Mazrah or Vondel, where maybe it's a DMZ playlist instead of a Warzone one this time around, and you kind of go into this playlist, you have objectives to do, and there's zombies over these familiar regions. Maybe you close off whatever Dark Ether portals or Ethereum leakage there is on those maps, and then that kind of sets up the plot a little bit for what we see in Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, or the new iteration of Outbreak, which takes place on other big spaces. I highly doubt that MW3 Zombies will utilize spaces we already have in Modern Warfare 2. I think it's going to be, at the very least, Mazrah, but at most, it could be Verdansk if they want to go that route again. You never know. But I think what better way to set up the new iteration of Zombies than putting zombies on our current BR maps? We kind of saw that already in the past with original Verdansk. That was really cool to see zombies in certain points of interest. That eventually led to the actual nuke event, transitioning us from that iteration of Verdansk to Verdansk 84. So maybe do something similar this time around to also set up whatever Treyarch's been cooking. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the brand new iteration of Zombies, which did get confirmed for Modern Warfare 3, and everything else we discussed? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.